Yo, what's up, guys? This is the Determined Trader, and it's been a while since I've shot a video, and I figured the reason why is because I pretty much just went, in my own little man cave and started learning more and more about ICT, and that's really what I've been doing. And for those of you that have been watching and just keeping up with my funding challenge, just to keep you updated, definitely I did pass it, and it's been a blessing. But I realized what good of that is it gonna help you if you're just kind of seeing my results and so on and so forth. I mean, obviously, if you want like a mentorship or something, like there's nothing I can offer you, to be honest, besides let you know that if this is something that you want to do, then it's better you just learn from the source and go straight to ICT. However, I would like to help in the process of developing the mind skill and just going over setups. And if this is your first time trading and your first time looking into ICT, then I am a huge, proponent of ICT. I am an ICT disciple, so on and so forth. And so I kind of want to just start doing these videos on a daily basis if there is any setups that happened in trading, and I would like to go over them. And so starting off with ES, so E-mini S&P, there was a trade happening, a trade setup that did happen today. And once again, I'm going to go over it. And so number one, we had a daily fair value gap. And let me show you that on the daily. Now, obviously, my charts are going to be a bit crazier with all this with all this stuff. So if you don't understand it, that's okay. Okay, you're gonna have your own style of how you plot your own stuff, and I have my own style as well. And so, anyways, so this is what happened today on the daily. This is live right now, and what I noticed right away is that we had a daily level right here. Okay, and as soon as I see this, I plot it down in here, and then I leave it. And so that represents my pink line, my pink square box in here. That represents my daily fair value gap level. And so today was very interesting because we had CPI numbers. And if you guys have been following ICT, or if this is your first time, you got to know that when it comes to CPI, you do not trade that. Okay, so once again, you do not trade CPI news, no matter what anybody says. Even ICT has mentioned, when he gives his insights on CPI, he will have somewhat of an idea, but it doesn't mean that the precision will be correct, because CPI is not predictable. And like how he says, it's just a straight bullet shot that can go either way, either direction. And so he did post in his Twitter, or he's said it before, that it takes a degree, some sort of level of degree of trading when it comes to trading CPI. If you are going to trade it, it's better off to wait 15-30 minutes after the news hits, and then you can go ahead and place a trade based on your experience, your narrative, and bias. Okay. So today was very interesting in here. Once again, we had CPI news lifted at 8:30. That's Eastern time. Market shot straight up, and it went straight into that daily fair value gap. And you can see it barely hit 50% of that fair value gap. So to me, that indicates that there could be weakness, because we were only able to get to 50% of this area. And if I were to draw my fib here, you can see that it's exactly at 50%. So that right there is precision. Okay, so that's like a tip, by the way. Anytime a fair value gap, the market goes up into a fair value gap and hits 50% and closes below that, it respects it. That means it's a very likely situation that the market is going to continue lower. Okay, and that's exactly what happened here. So once market lifts off at 8:30 Eastern time, I plotted my vertical line here where it shows my 9 a.m. time. That is when I can go ahead and place a trade. So as soon as I saw that, I can go ahead and jump down to my lower time frames and go in here. So here's a 5 minute. I also like to go into a 2 minute, and let me move that back this way. And also the 1 minute. Let's go ahead and go here. Like that. And so the setup that formed today was going into the daily time frame, daily fair value gap. Once again, it got into that area, closed below 50% of, which is consequent encroachment of fair value gap on the daily. We closed below right here, and we had a market structure shift. Now on the daily, or excuse me, on the 1 minute here, you can see it very clearly, and it got up to this this fair value gap right here, actually to the very top of the fair value gap. And so if you see my 2 minute, that's the one where I actually had marked it down. And by the way, these are this is the order that I actually did take. But once again, this isn't, it doesn't matter what I do, because what I do is not going to help you in any way, because you don't have the same experience that I would have, right? And so for me to show you all this bunch of proof, this and that, is just, I feel it's a little bit ridiculous. I mean, if you like that, then you can go see someone else. But what I'm going to show you is after the fact, and show you setups so that you can start believing and knowing that this really does happen. This happens all the time, okay? And so I ended up, this is something that is a beautiful setup, unicorn setup, right after CPI news. What's this? This is 30 minutes after CPI, right? I was hunting this, and as a matter of fact, well, I wasn't hunting it. I was looking to hunt it right after we took this out, and this candle closed this way. And then obviously, once again, the 50% consequent encroachment of the fair value gap, and you can see it closed under that. It respected it beautifully. And also we have a new week opening gap in this area, and it went down right here, market structure shift. We have a fair value gap, and in this case you can either look at this as the breaker, which is this right here, or fair value gap, which is right here. Okay, and here's the there's the move, got in this area and here, and I wanted to take points in this fair value gap area here, right in there. I already have these color coded, so that way you guys can see. So there's a very nice trade here, and this was also a double bottom right here that market created. And so this was a beautiful trade that was taken, beautiful setup on E-mini S&P. And that was actually pretty much it. And by the way, we also had, pretty sure we had divergent SMTP divergence here, where the market, this went a little bit higher, this one went here. Actually, this one's the one that went higher, and this one here went lower. Got that mixed up right there. So there was SMT divergence, daily fair value gap. You can see the strength behind that. And also another thing too, we were above the midnight level. Okay, so ICT has talked about that as well. Anything that were above midnight, then you'd be looking to short. If you're below it, then you'd be looking to buy it. Now you might just say, but Mr. Determined Trader, I've seen where the market is below midnight and it just continues going down. Yeah, that definitely happens. And when that happens, guess what? I don't take a trade, because I'm only looking for this particular setup, which is the 2022 model. Okay. Now, did we also take out liquidity here? Let's find out. Let's go into the 60 minute. Did we take out liquidity? Yes, we did. As a matter of fact, if you draw the lines here, we took that out. And if I grab my arrow line here, we took that out. So we took two different liquidity pools in this area, closed below it, and you can see that was a beautiful, beautiful trade setup. Once again, this is the unicorn trade setup that happened. right there. We took that out, and look at how precise this area here closed. Look how the candle closed. These candles respected, whatever high this was, it respected that right there. So that's how crazy and precise that was. And once again, well, you can see my entry there. I believe that was close to 50% of that, and I'm okay with that. So I had a 5-point stop on this. Pretty sure it was like somewhere right here. So there it is. Boom, and took about almost eight points on that. So, but yeah. Anyways, so hopefully you guys start enjoying this. Like I said, the reason why I want to start doing this is to show you guys the setups that happen on a daily basis. I don't have live things. I don't want to do that stuff. Just because I have the experience, but doing things live, kind of like how ICT does it, I feel like that's an extra step. But hopefully by doing these videos, if you guys are looking into doing ICT concepts and all that stuff, I'll be going over in setups like this, similar to this. Whether I do or whether I don't take them is irrelevant. Like I said, the reason why is because the point of this video is so that you guys can get comfortable in seeing the beauty of taking these type of setups. Where are they the best times to take it, right? And that's really what it is. The rest is for you guys to study why this was a good setup. Now, another good setup that took place was also in the PM session. So that's right here. So that's 10 a.m. my time. So that's 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. is when another setup will occur. And then we also have 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. when another setup also occurs. Okay. And so this one's the one that I saw at that 2 p. at the this would be 1 p.m. Yeah, this would be 1 p.m. I always have trouble trying to convert this to Eastern time, but it's just 3 hours ahead. Anyways, so let's go ahead and take a look at this. Now, there wasn't any SMTP divergence here, but we were at this whole 60-minute fair value gap. And here, if we go into the 60-minute, you can see the 60-minute here was respected. Very beautiful. We also took out liquidity here, and very beautiful areas where those were taken. And you can see the 15-minute, we closed above this. Now, if you guys have been listening to ICT, it has a fair value gap is split into 4 quadrants. So to me, this looks like 3/4 of the fair value gap where it got down into was respected, and the market started heading north. And so you can see this was the, once again, 2022 mentorship model. The only thing with this one here is that, to me, this is this looks like it took the breaker right here, and this is very precise. I mean, you can't get any more precise than this. I like to see a little bit deeper retracements before I could take it. I would have loved to have seen this get down a little bit lower, but you can also take these trades as well, and you can see this was exactly what's the high of this, took it up 41.19.25, and the low of this is 41.19.25. So that is complete precision. Like I said, I mean, I like to see a bit more of a retracement, but you can see how aggressive the market was when it wasn't that aggressive going up. I think that's actually another thing that was going through my mind, but the setup is still there, and the breaker setup was right here. Market came back down, touched that same level, and boom, you can see that thing goes straight back up. Boom. And obviously we were below midnight, and so that to me is a buy. And like I said, I just wish this would have gone further down for me to have taken this. Then definitely I would have loved to have seen this get down further deeper into this 50 to 62 area, something like that. But it is what it is. Once again, this is another setup that could have been taken, and the concept works, right? Once again, when you go ahead and you add these other narratives to it. For example, the fair value gap in the 60-minute here. You can see the quadrant where it closed on the 15-minute. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of things that you got to go through in your head and you got to get used to seeing. But you can see that the market delivers the precision to it. All you have to do is just wait for the setup, and boom, you get it. Okay. Now, does it happen all the time? No, it doesn't. It doesn't happen all the time. And I mean, as you can see, I have euro dollar open here. I did not take any trades on euro dollar, but you can see that definitely there are sometimes some setups in here, like something like this. But for me to take something like that, is I like to see a break of structure. Stuff like this, I see these as double tops, and I would rather see deeper movements going up and then retracements going back down, breaking market structure shift, and then selling off, right? Something like that. So that's why, you know, trying to do euro dollar as opposed to ES was just a much better option, because you can see this much more clear. The candle broke above these triple tops here, you know, went above in here into this new week opening gap, closed below beautifully, and you know, within 3 strong candles, market structure shift. And to me, that was perfect enough to go ahead and sell it. And that was you know, that was all she wrote right here. He used the 9:30 stock market open to push the market up into that area, sold it, sold off, and took some in here. So, and there you go. That's all she wrote. Now, if you're looking for the silver bullet, then ICT had taken this particular trade in here, which at this point to me, for the silver bullet, it's just not something I'm taking at this moment. And it just depends on what the market condition is. Sometimes I'll have the 2022 model set up around that 10 a.m. Eastern time, and that will be my silver bullet for me. But in this case, it happened after CPI news, which was, once again, this was about almost 45 minutes after CPI news. And, you know, I don't think, I mean, today was just a beautiful day where CPI ran into a daily fair value gap, closed below it. So it's not just the setup, guys. And I hope, you know, this is already a long-winded video, but the thing is that it's not just the setup, it's not just the move. It's time-based, it's narrative-based, it's around the concepts of ICT, and those are things that can be nitpicking. However, it's what gives a precision the precision, if that makes sense. But anyways, if you've gotten this far in watching this video, I'm going to continue to make this. If you like it, cool, drop a comment, let me know. Hit that like, and I'll keep doing these. And I mean, I'm definitely gonna keep doing these, and hopefully you guys can understand about the whole, you know, showing proof and everything. Like I said, you know, that shit, it doesn't matter what you see if you guys don't believe in the setups and the concepts, so on and so forth. Okay. So anyways, thanks for watching. Have a good one.